Hello and welcome back to Kitchen Table Math. Today we're going to do Topic 10, Lesson 2, Add on an Open Number Line. Now, I think that this lesson is very exciting because when you take your three-digit number and you break them apart using hundreds, tens, and ones, you can add them in different ways. I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to start adding three-digit numbers, even really hard three-digit numbers, as long as you are very careful about using them. You can represent how you break apart and you add numbers on the hops and jumps on your number line. Now we're using an open number line, and I haven't finished it yet. I just started it here on the paper. What number is shown on the open number line? Hopefully you can see it says 481, and I want you to think about why. Why did I start my number line with 481? That's right. It is right over here. It's one of my add-ins. And this is going to be really important. I'm having an open number line. I don't have to start at a 0 or a 1. I can start at my add-in and count on my open number line. So I'm starting at my add-in. And when I count on, well, before I do that, let's just ask, what's the other add-in? What's left? That's right, 122. When I count on, I want to use that other add-end to do so, because that's what I'm doing when I count on from 481. I'm not adding 122. So let's do that now. Let's start making some jumps. First, I'm going to make a big jump. And I'm going to label my jump. And I'm also going to label where it lands. Now, for me, this is going to be really important because one of the mistakes that I make a lot is I want to go fast. I think it's very efficient, but when I go fast, I can sometimes be careless. And my second grade teacher, her name was Miss Gershon, she always told me I was very careless in math. When I show my jumps and I label them, I make sure that I can really see if I'm going too fast, if I'm losing track of my work. So I want to go 100. So I made a jump of 100 right there. Let's see what other jumps I'm going to have to do. So right now I've just shown you the jumps, except for right there, because I want you to see that I'm taking the jumps one at a time. What jumps are shown here? That's right, I've shown jumps for 100, 2 tens, and 2 ones. Why did I break them down this way? Well, yeah, I want to be careful and not make any mistakes. Let's finish labeling in my open number line now. You have our jump of 100. That takes us from 481 to 581. 581, I jump 10. Well, that's 591. That's a math fact I can do in my head. 591 plus 10. Now we have a math fact that's a little harder. I know that 590 plus 10 is 600. So 591 plus 10 is 601. Now this is the kind of place where I lose track when I'm going to go around 100 or around 10. And that's why labeling all of my jumps and only doing jumps of 100, 10, and 1 helps me a lot. Now I've got my jumps of 1 left, and those I can do fairly quickly. 601 plus 1 is 602. 602 plus 1 is 603. 481 plus 122 equals 603. How did I use the open number line to add 481 and 122? That's right. I took one of the add-ins and I started with it, and I took the other add-in and I broke it down into just hundreds, just tens, and just ones. And the jumps show that I've broken it apart, and I've made it really, for me, simpler to add. Why is it helpful to use the open number line to add like this? Well, there's a whole bunch of answers to that, and I'm sure you've come up with a few. Obviously, by breaking into smaller numbers, it makes it a lot simpler for me to add in my head. Also, these are very friendly numbers that I can add in my head without making mistakes. When I'm adding numbers like 73 in my head, I might make mistakes. When I'm adding 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 and 10, I don't really make a lot of mistakes. Also, this lets me do it alone and independently. I don't need something else. And when I'm starting to learn, it's good to have a method that lets me get independent quickly. I'm going to show you a second way to do it on an open number line, to add on an open number line, to add 3-digit numbers on an open number line. But I want you to start this way. If you're going to do it the second way, I want you to try and do it both ways to make sure you get the same answer. And I'm going to add the same add-ins. I'm going to draw a second number line. I'm going to start in the same place, 481. I'm going to jump 100. 481 plus 100 is 581. I can do that with mental math. Don't forget, label my jumps. Now, I've got these. I'm going to jump 20. Now, when I get used to doing a lot of mental math, I can probably do this math fact in my head, but when I'm not used to it, it's much easier for me to just add hundreds, tens, and ones, and that's why I'm always starting with this way. But I know that 581 plus 20 is 601. We still have 2 ones left. Let's jump those now. 601 plus 2 is 603. When you get really used to doing this, you can use it to solve and check your work. But I want you to also consider this way. How is this second open number line similar to the first open number line that we drew together? Those are all good answers. They show the same equation, 481 plus 122. In both cases, we start in the same place with the first add-in, 481. In both cases, we add 122, so we're making those jumps. In both cases, we're jumping by using our hundreds, using our tens, and using our ones. But how is it different? Yeah, the biggest difference is how we broke this 3-digit number apart. Instead of keeping the tens separate, we put our tens together here. Instead of keeping the ones separate, we put our ones together here. Do both ways have the same sum? Well, yeah, you can just look and see that. They both equal 603. I want you to be doing your work and thinking about how you can use an open number line to add 3-digit numbers. Also, and this is something that's going to be helpful for you, I want you to be thinking about, are you labeling your jumps and also where they land? My number lines have labels up here on the top to show my jumps and on the bottom to show where those jumps land. This helps me keep track of where I am, and it helps me not make those careless errors that my second grade teacher, Ms. Gershon, was talking about. Also, I want you to think about, are you breaking your numbers apart so that you can do nice and easy mental math, or are you keeping them together in chunks? Lots of people jump right to here, but we can make a lot more mistakes right here. This is going to be the way to stop us from making mistakes. I hope you have a really good day, and I hope to see you back at PS 133 soon.